Hi beauties, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. For today, it's going to be our first Christmas look because it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So this is going to be a really cool look. Thank you guys so much for your support and thank you for watching. If you're interested in seeing some holiday looks, then please continue to watch. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Subscribe. Hey, subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed. Thank you for your support and thank you for watching. Bye. Alright beauty, so we're going to start off with the Almond Eye Base from Fruits Cosmetics and the 16 Concealer from Juvia's Place. We're going to just carve out the eyebrows first with the concealer, and then we're going to go into the eye base to set the eye and prep and get ready to apply shadow. And I'm just blending that out now with the sponge. Then we're going to go into our Celestial palette from Pat McGrath, and we're going to go into that beautiful burgundy color, and I'm literally tapping it with a crease brush, and I'm just keeping it on the outer part of the eye, and then I'm slowly starting to bring it in further, but I don't want to bring the intensity all the way to the front, so I'm tapping it out first, and then as it gets less intense, I'm bringing it forward. And I'm really just doing a tapping motion at this point in time just to get the pigmentation to where I want it to be. Next, we're going into this glister palette. I wanted to use more of a reddish brown color for the gradient I'm trying to do. So this is the reddish brown color in the Glister Beauty palette that I am using to tap right above the line where we put the burgundy color, and that's gonna work as our transition shade. And then I use a blending brush just to blend everything out to ensure that everything is looking good. Next, I went into a mustard shade to go right above underneath the eyebrow to just make sure that the gradient goes into like 3 different colors. It just gives it some depth and just makes it kind of give a sunset vibe. And I'm just blending those colors together right now to ensure that everything is blending together seamlessly. The big fluffy brush is going to make sure that everything is coming together perfectly. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into the shade back into the Pat McGrath palette, and it is this beautiful red shade, and I just felt like it would go beautiful with this color. It's a shimmer shade, so we're just going to put that on the lid and going to just spread that right now. I'm not going to do like a super precise cut crease for this look. I wanted this to be more of an easier look for a holiday look for people who are just looking for something to do for the holidays, and maybe they may not be as technical to do something like a cut crease. This is just really easy. You just take a flat brush and just bring it around. Then if you see the intensity amplifies so much if you use your finger. Next, I'm going to go into this J. Cosmetics pigment. I got some new pigments from them because they had a really good sale, and their pigments are absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. And I saw this pigment in the set that I got, and I had to use it for this look. I felt like it would complement the red so well. Let me look at the name of the pigment. This gorgeous pigment is called Jayah, and it is just beautiful. It reflects so much more than what you can see in the camera. It literally looks like little diamonds. Then I went in with my Inglass 77 matte black liner. It is a cream liner, and I just wanted to have a nice, bold, intense liner, but not wing it out. So that is what we're doing right now, just creating that nice thick liner. Because I have hooded lids, if I do the liner too thin, you just won't be able to see it. So my liners generally usually have to be a little thicker. Then I go over that with a black shadow because it's over a shimmer. Sometimes the shimmer pokes through, so going over it with a black shadow will help for it to actually look more matte black. And then I'm just bringing that into the outer V just to make sure that everything is seamless and that the liner just blends into the shadow. So I'm just making sure to just pull that black out into the outer V, but we're not going to go any further than the outer V with this black because I just don't want the whole eye to be super intense, just the corner, and it just gives it such a sultry look when you have a darker outer V. And it just, like I said, ties the liner together with the look where it doesn't have a line that you can actually see from the liner to the shadow. And now I'm just blending that out. You just want to take your time when you're blending to make sure that everything it just levels perfectly. Add a little bit more of whatever colors you feel like you need in order to make sure that that line disappears. As you can see, it is gone and that blend is bomb. Now I'm using my makeup wipe to wipe away the excess shimmer. And I'm also wiping away the concealer at the top of my brow because I don't like the look of like, you know, a lighter color right under on top of my brow. And this is the e.l.f. Plus Matte Oil Control Lotion. This is my favorite moisturizer that actually helps to decrease oil because it has clay in it. Then this is the Poreless Putty Primer, and this is going to fill in my pores. Because if you have oily skin, generally you probably have larger pores. So this is going to coat those pores and fill them in. And so this is one of my favorite products. Next, this is the Crayon Case Chalk Dust Powder in the letter A. This is my complexion. This is the color powder that I use when I want to just pretty much have everything look mattified but not highlighted or contoured. It's just my complexion. Then this is my favorite new foundation, you guys. This is the Mcgrath Foundation. They had a sale for 30% off. Listen to me. If you can get your hands on this foundation, do it. This foundation is beautiful and it matches me so well. Like, I have a really hard time finding foundations to match me perfectly because they're usually either too golden or too red. But this one is like my perfect match. So I highly, highly recommend that you guys get this foundation if you are able to. It is expensive, so if you're not, definitely understand. But if you can splurge, this is something that I would definitely splurge on because it is beautiful. Next, we're going to go ahead and do our highlight. So we're going into the number 16 concealer from Juvia's Place. And we're going to highlight underneath the eye, forehead, bridge of nose, underneath the cheekbones, and around the mouth where it's just a tad bit darker than it is everywhere else around my face. Getting that chisel on. Now this is the MAC Cosmetics NW50 Cream Foundation Stick, and this has become one of my favorites that I use to contour. It's just like the perfect consistency, and it has the perfect undertones that work with my face and my undertones. So this is my routine. This is Winter Rose. This is actually a P. Louise eyeshadow base, you guys. I used this one time just to try it out, and I actually love it as a blush. So I use it as a cream blush. And then I just start off by number one, blending the foundation out. So all the areas where we added the foundation, I am going to blend those areas. I'm just concentrating on those areas first in the process of blending. Make sure to tap, tap, tap. Do not rub. Just tap it in and it will just literally melt into the skin. If you swipe, you will shear out the coverage. So always tap. Now we are blending the contour. For the contour, we want it to shear out some. So that's when you will do a swipe. But you're just blending up in a circle. Don't ever blend down because you want that contour to be lifting your cheekbones, not sagging them. So we're just blending out the contour shade now, and just take your time. Make sure that you get those cheekbones, get that jawbone, get the forehead, get underneath the neck, on that chin if you have a little double chin. Okay, make it a single one, period. Okay, period. So I'm just taking my time and blending out the contour. These are the steps. So this is step 2. First is blend the foundation. And then step 2 is blend the contour. And then step 3 is going to be to blend the blush. So we're literally going to tap that out. And as you can see, it shears out to this beautiful, beautiful color. I absolutely love this new method that I've been trying and how it has been coming out with the finished look. So definitely gives you like a blush within kind of look. So beautiful. I just love the finish. You guys are going to see. It definitely makes a difference when you add a clean blush underneath your foundation or underneath your powders. Next, we're going to blend out the concealers, and I like to blend out my concealer with a sponge. This is the Profusion sponge from Lashing Out Glam, and this is my favorite sponge that I've been using as of late. It is very soft and it doesn't absorb the product, and it just blends it out to perfection. As you can see, it is just blending out like a dream. We are blending out. Look at the cheekbone, honey. It's forming. It's forming. It's looking chiseled, and I'm here for it. So just blend, tap, tap, tap. For the majority of the blending, you're always going to just be tapping. Tap, 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 tap. Just like that. Yes, honey. I love it. Look at how everything just blends so perfectly together. Now we're going to blend across the nose. And then I am going to blend the sides where you see the contour. I usually go back and forth when if I blend the highlight of the nose first and then the contour, or vice versa. But we are definitely going to get that. So don't clock me, y'all. I see it. I see it. Blend, blend, blend. Look at that highlight. Lifting. Look at how lifted that looks already. You see that? You can see the difference if you kind of just look at one side once it's done and look at the other. You can definitely see the difference that the highlighting and contouring makes. And that's why it is something that I do most of the time, because it definitely makes a difference. And it's such a subtle difference, but it makes all the difference in the world. You can make it more intense if you want and have a lighter concealer, but I like to have it. This is the tones that I like to usually go for. And I think that everything is looking so good right now. We're about to blend this forehead out. Look at how easily it blends. I'm telling you guys, this sponge is bomb. Blend it out like a dream, right? Yes, honey. Yes, I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm just making sure everything is blended in those inner corners. I'm going over everything to make sure that it is looking nice and seamless. Then we're going to go back in with a little bit more of the contour color because I want my jawbone to be even more chiseled. So I wanted to have it a little bit more intense, and we're just going to blend that out. And I feel like you can already see a difference, right? Just already. We're just getting that jaw sharp, and that's just all a part of the chisel look that we're going for. It's not super chiseled. This is a soft glam look, but you know, I got a little weight on me, so I want to chisel out the areas where it's looking just a little bit more chubby. So I'm just blending everything out with the sponge right now. I did not add any additional product. I just like to blend everything out once again. So even with that brush that I just used, I didn't add any product also. Now this is the chocolate powder in the letter A once again. Like I said, I like to use the one that is my complexion, and that is going to pretty much help me to not have any flashbacks. So when I go in with my lighter powders to highlight, as long as you have a powder underneath that's like your complexion, you should not have flashback. If it's not a powder that has I forget what it's called, mica, I believe, that causes the flashback. But yes, this is like, you just put a very thin layer. As you can see, I'm not putting a lot. Put a thin layer of the chocolate powder or a powder in your color, and you can see it is looking good already. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. Yes, honey. Now we go in with the flower powder. This is the powder that I like to use in order to highlight, and this is in the color Plantain. And I like to use this color because it has the nice golden undertone that goes with my skin tone. And then I'm going to go over it with a lighter color underneath my eyes just to intensify the highlight. But for now, we're just kind of setting the highlight. So I don't want to go in and set it with something super bright because it will just be a little too bright. So mixing this yellow color with a lighter color turns out perfectly for when I like to highlight. And I'm just tapping it in all the areas where I added my highlight, my liquid highlight. Now we're going in with the contoursition notebook from the Crayon case, and I like to use Bricki and Bobby mixed together in order to create my contour. And look at the difference, y'all. Look at the difference. Did you see that? Cheekbone on fleek on one side, and on the other side it was looking like, where are you? But we're bringing her right now. Here she comes. Yes, yes, yes. There you are. There you are. Yes. There is the cheekbone forming right before your eyes. Then we like to go over the jawline because we want that to be intensified once again. But just you take your time and blend it out. You don't want it to be like a super duper noticeable line. Then going over the contour. Now this is the other flower powder, and this one is in the color cassava, and as you can see, it is a lighter shade, but mixed with the yellow it won't be too bright. Now alone it might be too bright, but mixed with the yellow it just turns out so perfect. I'm so happy that I kind of figured that out, because I don't like the look of a highlight that's too light. So now I'm just continuing to add the highlight in all the highlighted areas. I just add a little bit underneath the cheekbone, and then I'm going to blend that out, as you can see, and just go over the areas where the contour is, just so that I don't have the lighter color setting into those areas. I want to keep those intense, but I'm not going to go into the areas where I want to highlight. This is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and we're going to use that to go through our brows right now, and we are getting it snatched. So I did a brow tint from Ardell. I'm going to do a video with it for you guys to see. And that's why my brows are a little darker than normal, which makes it so much easier to fill in. And I'm able to do my brows so much faster just with a little tint on them. So I definitely recommend it if you guys have been wondering if you wanted to try a tint and wanted to have one that was safe and that you could trust. The Ardell one is bomb, and it says that it gives you up to 12 uses per box. So it's definitely worth it. But I'm definitely going to have that video up very soon for you guys to be able to see how it worked out when I used it. So as you can see, the brow is formed, honey, and it is looking nice and perfect. So I do like to brush through it just a little bit to get the areas where it may look a little too intense. It actually helps to make it look a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to clean up the brow now with a little bit of concealer underneath, because we want that brow to be snatched, hunties. Let's snatch it up. So this is just very, 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 very tiny bit of concealer to just make sure that it's just a nice straight brow. And it actually helps with the gradient also, just to help that look a little bit more snatched. Then I added a tiny bit more of the shimmer and went over the liner with the black shadow once more, just to try and help it to be more mattified. And this is looking so holiday friendly. I love how it's looking so far. Shimmer, soft glam, that is all about the holidays. This will be like a perfect look if you were doing holiday pictures. So definitely, if you guys do want to try and do this look and you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I will definitely help you out. Now I just put the black underneath the eye, and then I'm going to layer it with the reddish color that we had in the crease. And then we're going to go in with the mustardy color underneath that. So we're pretty much putting all the same crease colors underneath the eye. Now we're going to go back into the Glass 77 liner again. And this is going to go into our waterline. And I'm also going to tight line with this because I want this eye to just be super sultry. Then the Fenty Beauty mascara full frontal to thicken up those lashes, get them popping, and make sure to get those bottom lashes too, comb through them. Then I use this marker mascara from the Crayon case because it has a nice separating wand. As you can see, it has a little ball on the end, and it just makes the bottom lashes look so bomb. So definitely try use 2 different mascaras if you want to have longer looking bottom lashes, one separating and one thickening. Now we're just blending away all of the excess powder, making sure that everything is looking seamless and we are looking snatched. Now we're putting on these black widow mink lashes, and this is in the style Dani Girl, and using the duo glue in order to attach those. And yeah, this is looking good, y'all. I'm here for it. Holiday magic, okay? Bam, just like that. just like that, okay? Then we're going into the blush binder now. We need to add some bronzer. So I'm using the bronzer in this palette to warm up my face because it just looks very chiseled but not warm. And as you can see, it just brings a nice warm glow to the skin, and all the areas where it looks like it may have been missing color, that it is back. And then this peachy blush is my favorite from the blush binder that we're just going to add to the balls of our cheek. And look at how beautiful that looks because we did the blush underneath. That is bomb. Then we're just going over all the areas with the blush that we used with the bronzer, but without adding any additional product. Everything is looking nice and blended. And now we want to redefine the cheekbone. So I just used the sponge without adding additional product. And I just go over the line where the cheekbone is and then blend it out to make sure it is not too intense. I just want it to be a nice chiseled look, but not like a straight line that you can really see like that. Now this is the e.l.f. blotting powder. I love this e.l.f. blotting powder because it helps to pretty much make sure that everything is mattified, and it just brings everything together at the end. And as you can see, it just looks really nice and just like perfection. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now this is the Fruits Cosmetics highlight. This is the translucent number 5. I wanted a very little bit of highlight because I'm not really into the highlight, like super highlighted look right now. So especially for the holidays, you just want to have a nice like wash of highlight, not like super intense. So that's why I just went in with this really sheer, making sure it is just not too intense. And it is looking so good. I always got to do the tip of the nose and the cupid's bow, and I just decided to add that as my inner corner as well. Now we're going to go in with the crayon case lipsticks in Gumbo and Crawfish. So I'm outlining my lips with Gumbo. I'm using it pretty much as a liner. I like using liners also, but I have big lips, so sometimes it feels like I'm lining my lips forever when I'm using a lip liner. So I'll just use a liquid lipstick. But I like to go between both, like I said. And now I'm using the Crawfish lipstick from the crayon case in the center so that we will have a nice, beautiful ombre red lip. Whenever I wear a red lip, I like it to be ombre. I don't like a straight red lip. I could wear a straight red lip, but for my own preferences, I like to have it ombre with a darker brown because it looks so beautiful. So you can see I'm just pretty much going over the line where I put the Gumbo, and it just makes it this nice beautiful gradient that is just bomb. Like the perfect holiday lip. I absolutely love this combination. And this is so like mattified that you can wear your mask, and when you take it off, it will still be on. I wear this lipstick all the time with my mask, and it does not smear at all, and it stays intense and looks gorgeous. And we are done, y'all. The slate is here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hey. Alright, beauty, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I had so much fun creating this look. It's Christmas time. It's time to break out the sparkles, the reds, the greens. And for today, I wanted to do my red look. I'm going to do a green look too, so make sure that you guys stay tuned because I'm going to be having so much Christmas fun with you guys. I love the season. I have a lot going on in December because my daughter's birthdays both are in December before Christmas, so my uploading may not be as regular as I would like because I have a lot going on outside of that, but I will be having some uploads for you guys, so you will be able to have some beautiful looks to wear for Christmas, and then we're gonna go into New Year's Eve. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, don't forget to like this video to let me know that you guys are feeling my content. Comment below, let your girl know how you guys are feeling. Would you rock this? Will you rock this? Do you guys want to recreate this? If you do, let me know. And just thank you guys so much for your support. If you are not already subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Subscribe. Subscribe. Hey, hey, subscribe. My woe was just really good. That was a good one. That was a good one, and it's on the record. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and don't forget to be your own kind of beautiful, because there's only one you. Bye.